You're the majority stockholder. It's impossible na hindi mo alam anong ginastos nyo.
Yes po, pero
Yes?
i-double check ko po, Mr. Chair, for
So
that.
wala kang
Balikan ko po
idea?
kayo.
Magkano ang ginastos nyo?
Yung exact amount po, Mr. Chair, wala
Ballpark
po.
nga eh. Hindi nga exact amount.
Mr. Chair, authorized representative lamang po ako.
Well, whatever it is, authorized representative ka, utusan ka, pero ikaw ay inutusan ng Lucky South, magbayad ka sa PAGCOR ng back charges sapagkat ikaw mismo ang nag-apply sa PAGCOR ng Pogo. Yes or no? Am I right?
Yes po.
Ikaw ang nagbayad. Am I right?
Yes po, Mr. Chair.
At ang binayaran mo sa PAGCOR, ukol yun sa Pogo. Am I right? Yes or no? Huwag kang mag-isinungaling dito.
Yes po, Mr.
Kahit
Chair,
genius
kasi-
ka, hindi mo kayang paikutin.
Ms. Cassie Ong, I just want to be clarified on certain matters, specifically about Whirlwind and Lucky South 99. You testified earlier that you are 50% owner of Whirlwind Corporation. Tama po ba?
58 po, Mr. Chair.
58%. Okay, ang 58% na to, how much po ang binigay nyo or binayad nyo for the shares of stock representing 58% of Whirlwind Corporation?
Mr. Chair, pwedeng hindi ko po sagutin yan.
At bakit naman po?
For privacy lang po.
Well, you know, you have to understand that Whirlwind Corporation is involved in a very serious investigation with regards to the Pogo incident. Tama po ba, di ba? And that's why we want to find out also, since you are the majority stockholder, how much you put into that corporation. And that's why I think the question is also important for you to answer.
Pasensya na po. I invoke. Pasensya na po, Mr. Chair.
Sige, sige po. I'll let it go for the meantime. No? Pabalikan ko yan. Now, ang Whirlwind naman po ang may-ari ng mga buildings in that Pogo hub. Tama?
Yes po, yung
Kayo po ang
buildings
nagpagawa, no? Cassie?
Kami
Ang
po.
Whirlwind ang nagpa-construct
Whirlwind
ng
po, opo.
structures na yun. Now, in the construction of these buildings, na numbering about 45 buildings, no? How much ang nagastos ng Whirlwind Corporation?
We'll double check it po, Mr. Chair.
You being the majority stockholder does not know how much you spent for the 46 buildings? As least a ballpark figure man lang?
Mr. Chair, na 3 times, bali, nung una pinatayo is phase 1 po, tapos sumunod yung phase 2 and phase 3 po.
Okay nga. So give me a ballpark figure for phase 1. Sabihin natin. Magkano ang ginastos?
Ito-double check ko po, Mr.
No,
Chair.
give me a ballpark figure. You're the majority stockholder. It's impossible na hindi mo alam anong ginastos nyo.
Yes po, pero i-double
Yes?
check. I-double check ko po, Mr. Chair, for
So
that.
wala kang
Balikan ko po
idea?
kayo.
Magkano ang ginastos nyo?
Yung exact amount po, Mr. Chair,
Ballpark
wala po.
nga eh. Hindi nga exact amount.
Double check ko po, Mr. Chair.
Double check pa rin.
Opo.
Okay, sige. Nakadalawa ka na ah. Okay. How about Lucky South 99? Are you a stockholder of Lucky South 99?
Hindi po, Mr. Chair.
Hindi. But sometimes you are the authorized representative of Lucky South 99. Tama?
Yes po.
Tama. Now,
Yes.
are you going to maintain that Lucky South 99 and Whirlwind Corporation are two separate and distinct entities?
May I explain po, Mr. Chair?
Sige.
Nung una po, yung Lucky South and Whirlwind po is isa lang po.
Okay.
Pero po, nung huli, naibenta mo na po si Lucky South.
And when did that happen, Ms. Ong?
Last year po.
Last year lang nabenta.
Apo.
So from 2019 to 2023, they were one and the same.
Yes po.
So one and the same.
Pero hindi siya totally different owners po, Mr.
Different
Chair.
owners but
Pero
one and the
po,
same.
Parang,
I'm confused again, Ms. Ong.
way back 2019,
Ah,
nauna po si Lucky South po, Mr. Chair.
nauna si Lucky South.
Opo, Mr. Chair. Tapos nung huli po, tsaka nagkaroon ng Whirlwind po, Mr. Chair.
So same owners ang Whirlwind Corporation and Lucky South?
Yes po, nung una po, Mr.
Nung
Chair.
una?
Opo.
So you were also an owner of Lucky South 99, kung ganun man. Because
Opo,
you're the
nung una.
majority stockholder of Whirlwind.
Yes po.
But you
Nung una.
you just testified earlier that hindi ka part of Lucky South 99.
Hindi po ako part po ng Pogo operational, Mr. Chair.
Wait. Hinihiwalay mo ang Lucky South 99 sa Pogo operations? Ano?
Kasi Mr. Chair, si Lucky South, pinaparenta lang po talaga niya sa mga Pogo po.
Okay. So let me get this straight, ha? Whirlwind rents it out to Lucky South 99, tama?
Yes po.
Okay. And Lucky South rents it out to somebody else.
Yes, to the Chinese po.
Okay. But then you said earlier that Lucky South and Whirlwind are one and the same. So you meaning you're renting it to yourself?
Konsultahin ko lang po yung abogado ko.
No,
kung paano po
you
yun.
answer it. I mean, ikaw yung may-ari, majority stockholder ng Whirlwind. Ikaw din yung stockholder ng Lucky South 99. At hindi mo alam na you're just renting it from each other, na you're saying na it's one and the same?
Different owner po kasi sila.
You just said earlier na it's one and the same.
It's one and the same po nung una. Pero, i-double check ko po.
Double check na naman. Parang lumaki ka ba sa farm? Anyway, again, just listen to your lawyer first. Go ahead. Advice.
Point of order, Mr. Chair. Is the lawyer advising the speaker, or is he dictating the answers?
The lawyer is just advising his client of her rights, Your Honor. So please do not coach your client, only advise her of her rights. Thank you. Please proceed, Congressman Keith.
Okay, Sandrong, are you ready with your answer po? Sige.
Mr. Chair, point of, I guess maybe perhaps a suggestion, Mr. Chair, because we've been here since 9 o'clock in the morning, and I think every time there's a hard question asked of Ms. Ong, she would, before answering, she would consult and double check and consult her lawyer, and it takes time for the lawyer to advise Ms. Ong. Maybe we can set, I think, seconds, kasi certain mga 30 seconds or what? Kasi kung ganyan naman po, pag 3 minutes, magtatagal ho tayo dito. And we're not extending that courtesy to all our resource persons. We have to be fair also. So I would suggest, Mr. Chair, we just limit the consultation to 30 seconds.
Please limit the consultation to 30 seconds. Okay, please proceed, Congressman Keith.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Sometimes, Ms. Ong, kasi when we make up stories and it becomes more confusing, it makes it more difficult to answer. Mas dali po kasi kung mas simple yung if the facts are straight, then it's also easier to answer it. Now, Ms. Ong, do you remember if Whirlwind Corporation, in putting up those buildings, obtained a loan from any bank?
Pwede pa kayo ulit po yung question.
Secure ba ng loan ang Whirlwind Corporation sa pagpatayo ng structures na yon from any bank or financial institutions?
No po.
Wala. So, pera lang ng Whirlwind Corporation.
Opo.
So, from the estimates of the buildings, Ms. Ong, aabot daw sa estimates ng PAOK ng up to 5 billion ba yun ang sinabi? 5 or 6 billion ang cost ng assessed value ng buildings that were put in. Ang sinasabi mo ba sa committee ito, may ganun na amount, liquid amount, no? Ang Whirlwind Corporation in putting up those structures?
Mr. Chair, bali po nung una is kinita lang din po. Tapos, pinatayo lang po yung phase 1 po. Tapos, unti-unti, after kumita ng phase 1, ayun po yung time na tinayo yung phase 2 po.
So, kung sinabi mong kumita ng ganun kalaki, I'm sure you will also have taxes to show that this is the income of Whirlwind Corporation. Tama ba?
We'll double check it po.
Double check again. So, hindi mo alam kung magkano income ng Whirlwind Corporation na kumita siya ng ganun nga amount to finance on its own the structures that were built in that place.
Hindi ko po kasi sigurado yung amount eh.
What are you sure of, Ms. Ong? Ano bang yung alam mo? Being the majority stockholder of Whirlwind Corporation, is there anything na you're sure of?
Ang alam ko lang po kasi yung total amount, hindi ko po siya sure. Pero basta po, pinarent out ng Whirlwind to them is 500.
Okay nga. The computation ni Congressman Johnny kanina, it's about 35 million a month. 35 million a month times 12 months, that's about 350 plus 70, 420 million. Billions yung structures na nandun eh.
Ang Whirlwind Corporation po is 2019 pa lang po.
Kaya nga.
Opo.
So you will have the BIR receipts or taxes that will show na ito yung kinita nyo at itong binayad yung mga buwis. Tama po ba?
Ipatanong ko po sa nag-aasikaso
Okay, can
po
we
nun.
secure that na lang, Miss Ong, in your next appearance siguro? Pabigay sa'yo, yung documents na yan?
Okay po.
Okay, now, and also, yung how much yung ininvest mo initially with that corporation? Now, Miss Ong, I hope you understand na why parang impossible to believe na from your answers kasi na hindi ka sure of this, hindi ka sure of that. No? And I'm sure significant amount yung ininvest mo. Tama po ba? Dito sa corporation na to. Seryosong amount.
Opo.
Oh, di ba? So now, for someone to invest something like that and not know how the corporation is being run, not know how the corporation is spending their money, not know how much the income is of the corporation, parang nakakaduda eh, na is it really you who is the majority stockholder of that corporation, or are you just acting as a front for somebody else in that corporation? So these questions naturally come into mind because of how you've been giving your answers. No, I hope you understand na next time po, siguro, I know the frustration of some of the members here na wala kaming nakukuhang parang matinong answers from you eh. No, and if somebody would really force the issue and make a motion, I would be more than inclined to support it. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congressman Flores. The next to interpolate is Congressman Paduano. You're recognized. Congressman Abante.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Ako rin po magtatanong. Cassie, Mr. Chair, why do you refuse to answer Congressman Pimentel when he asked you about your schooling?
Mr. Chair, hindi
Why?
hindi po kasi ako nakapagtapos.
Hindi naman nakakaya, hindi ka nakapagtapos eh. Gusto lang namin malaman kung saan ka nag-aral. Yun naman ang tanong, di ba? Hindi naman tinanong na kung
Yes
saan
po.
ka nagtapos. Ang kitatanong natin, kung saan ka nag-aral. Oh, pwede ba sagutin mo yun?
Mr. Chair, marami po akong school na pinag-aralan po.
Wala kang school na pinag-aralan o doon ka nag-aral sa China, hindi sa Manila?
Kick-out student po ako.
Kick out ka. Magaling. I mean, ngayon lang ako nakakita ng hindi nag-aral at kick out na magaling sumagot sa hearing na ito. Ang mga kausap mo, mga congressman, pero ang galing mong sumagot, ang galing mo kami paikutin dito. Ngayon lang ako nakakita, Mr. Chair, ng isang babaeng 24 years old na walang pinag-aralan, drop out, na nakakasagot ng kanyang klaseng sagot sa hearing na ito. Pagkisagot mo nga, Miss Cassie Ong. Hindi mo kaya ang sagutin? Aba, magaling ka. Sapagkat napapaikot mo kami lahat dito. Oo. O, siguro mamaya si Congressman Romy ako magtatanong sa'yo. Pero ito, sabihin ko kaya na pa ako nakikinig eh, Mr. Chair eh. O, at nakikita ko na marunong ka eh. May alam ka. Edukado ka. And you tell me now, you are refusing to answer the question of Congressman Pimentel on where you studied. Hindi naman namin tinatanong kung anong antas ng pinag-aralan mo eh. Oo. Ang tinatanong, hindi ka ba nag-aral ng elementary? Let me ask you. Nag-aral ka ba ng elementary? Hindi.
Opo.
Ayun. Sumagot ka din. High school, nag-aral ka. Mr. Chair.
Hindi po, Mr. Chair.
So, hindi ka nag-high school, elementary lang ang natapos mo? Elementary lang.
Opo.
Ay, Mr. Chair, genius to. Genius. Elementary lang ang natapos niya, pero pinapaikot mo si Congressman Fernandez. Elementary nga lang eh. Pinapaikot si Congressman Dan Fernandez. Napapaniwala pa ni Congressman.
Hindi, we're trying to be lenient, Mr. Chairman, if I may. We're just trying to be lenient because, yun nga, sinasabi natin, okay naman, nag-waiver na siya eh. Yun nga lang problem, si withdraw eh. And that's the reason why medyo, bakit ganun? Kasi nga, winidraw na namin yung,
Tingnan mo ha.
di ba?
Kanina, nabanggit mo kay Congressman Dan Fernandez, hindi nabigyan ng lisensya. Narinig ko yun ha. You were not given a license. Now, what license are you talking about?
Nag-email po si, Mr. Chair, nag-email po si Pagcor sa email ko dahil ako po yung authorized po. Kaya sa akin po nag-email. Ang sabi po ni Pagcor po is hindi po sila magbibigay ng lisensya. Or,
Sa
hindi
Pagcor.
siya mag-renew.
Pagcor.
Opo,
Ang
Mr.
Pagcor,
Chair.
hindi nagbibigay ng lisensya sa mga building. Nagbibigay ng lisensya sa Pogo. Di ba?
Opo, bali po.
Kanina binabanggit mo na wala kang kinalaman sa Pogo eh.
Mr. Chair, may I explain po?
Kahit mag-explain ka, tatanggi mo na naman na involved ka sa Pogo eh. Di ba? You're going to explain, but you will still insist that you have nothing to do with Pogo. Answer me. Magaling ka, genius ka, di ba? Sagutin mo ako. You have nothing to do with Pogo, but you applied for a license in Pagcor, and you will refuse a license. What kind of license? Pagcor is not giving a license for apartments or buildings. They are giving licenses for Pogo. What are you applying for?
Yes po, Mr. Chair.
What are you applying for?
Nag-apply po kami for renewal po ng license po.
Nang ano?
Pagcor po.
Nang ano nga?
Pagcor po.
Hindi, nang ano?
License to operate po.
For what? Anong i-operate?
Yung tag po dito, yung...
Pogo! Come on, tell me. Pogo! Operation ng Pogo. Tell us here. Because look, we are preventing that Congressman Karap will again make a motion for contempt and consign you to Mandaluyong Correctional Institution. Now you answer me now, what kind of license did you trying to get from Pagcor?
Mr. Chair, license to operate po ng Pagcor.
Ano? Ano
Ng
to
business
operate
po.
ng Pagcor? Hindi pwedeng to operate ng Pagcor. You applied for a license from Pagcor to operate what?
To operate Pogo po.
Yun. Ibig sabihin, involved ka sa Pogo. Hindi ka pwedeng mag-apply ng license sa Pagcor na hindi mo alam na Pogo yan. Oh my goodness. Oh, nagpunta ka sa Pagcor. Sinama mo pa si Atty. Harry Roque. Si Atty. Harry Roque naman, sapagkat alam mo may influence sa Pagcor yan, nagpasama ka sa kanya at nagbayad ka pa ng dollar sa Pagcor. According to Chairman Altenco. Am I right? Back charges. Nagbayad ka. Am I right?
Yes po, Mr. Chair.
Ano yung binayaran mo?
Utang po.
Utang ng
Lucky
ano?
South.
Utang mo? O
No.
utang ng
po
ano?
ng Lucky South sa
Therefore,
Pagcor po.
kung hindi ka kasama sa Lucky South, bakit ikaw ang nagbabayad ng utang ng Lucky South sa Pagcor, Mr. Chair?
Pwede po, Mr. Chair.
Sige, go
pwede-
ahead. Go ahead.
Mr. Chair, authorized representative lamang po ako.
Whatever it is, authorized representative ka, utusan ka, pero ikaw ay inutusan ng Lucky South, magbayad ka sa Pagcor ng back charges sapagkat ikaw mismo ang nag-apply sa Pagcor ng Pogo. Yes or no?
Hindi po, Mr. Chair, hindi po ako mismo yung nag-apply sa Pogo. Renewal lang nung pumunta
Hindi
po
ba
kami.
kasama ka ni Atty. Hayaroko sa
Yes
Pagcor?
po, for renewal po.
Ibig sabihin, ikaw ang nag-renew o nag-apply, whatever it is. Basta nagpunta ka sa Pagcor. Am I right?
Yes po.
Ikaw ang nagbayad. Am I right?
Yes po, Mr. Chair.
At ang binayaran mo sa Pagcor, ukol yun sa Pogo. Am I right? Yes or no? Huwag kang mag-isinungaling dito.
Yes po, Mr.
Kahit
Chair.
genius
kasi-
ka, hindi mo kayang paikutin. Kaming dalawa ni Congressman Romy Acop. Si Congressman Dan, kayo nyo pa pinapaikot yan eh. Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chairman.
Congressman Abante.
Alam mo, Mr. Chairman, this is not a laptop
Yes,
matter.
yes, Congressman Dan.
No, I just wanted to also to clarify that my position is to really to find out yung nalalaman ni Miss Cassandra Ong. Yun lang naman ang intention natin, to find out the truth, to help us ease the problems that we are encountering on trying to link each and every one of those who have perpetrated crimes on this Pogo Hub. And I thought, and we thought, that she'd be cooperating with us. But unfortunately, it seems that she doesn't want to cooperate. I hope, Cassie, that you will change your mind.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Noted. I know that Congressman Dan is so kind with beautiful women.
Okay, are you done?
Mr. Chair, no,
Congressman?
I'm at the time. I about have two
Okay, please
questions
wrap
more.
up. Thank you.
Yes, Miss Cassie Ong, Mr. Chair, may I ask, do you know Rainier Chu? Do you know Rainier Chu? Kilala mo ba si Rainier Chu? Yes or no lang yan, kung kilala mo o siya o hindi. Do you refuse to answer if you know?
Tanungin natin,
Kilala mo ba si Rainier Chu?
Mr. Chair, I invoke my right.
Ha?
I invoke my right to remain silent.
No, you cannot invoke your right. That is not, this is not a court. This is a hearing in Congress.
Chairman,
She invoked her right not
Chairman.
to answer. Tinatanong kita, kilala mo ba si Rainier Chu?
Okay, before that, Congressman Abante, is this a interjection?
yes, Mr. Chairman, if the good Congressman...
Although
Abante
our
will-
ground rules does not allow interjections, but the chair will allow you to speak.
Thank you, Chairman.
Congressman Paduano.
Mr. Chairman, matanong ko lang po, that was the advice of your lawyer? No, that's yours. Now, ang ano kasi dito sa House, sa inquiry in aid of legislation, if the question and your answer will be incriminating to you, and what is incriminating to answer yes or no to that question of the Chairman Abante? Wala eh. Wala akong nakitang incriminating. Tinatanong ka pa lang naman kung kilala mo hindi. O yes or no lang.
Pakisagot mo lang, kilala mo ba si Mr. Rainier Chu?
Mr. Chair, pwedeng hindi ko po siya sagutin.
So
Mr.
parang
Chair,
sinabi
Mr.
mo na rin,
Mr.
nakakilala mo siya.
Chair,
Okay.
Mr. Chair.
Again, sige, Congressman Acop.
Attorney, are you advising your client properly? Because according to our rules, the refusal to answer any question which is not incriminatory to the resource persons, he can be cited in contempt. Alam nyo naman po siguro yun. So, kindly advise your lawyer kasi, yeah,
May I, Mr. Chair, repeat the question? I just would like Ms. Cassie Ong please to answer me right now and to answer the committee, yes or no. Kilala ba
Chair.
niya si Rainier Chu? Sapagkat if she will not answer and invoke her right to silence, ibig sabihin, Mr. Chair, kilala niya si Rainier Chu. And I know, Mr. Chair, that she refuses to answer if she knows because there are some sensitive things that she knows about Pogo.
So your 30 seconds is up. Kasi, kilala mo ba si Mr. Rainier Chu?
kakilala po.
Okay. Yun.
Pero po, again, hindi ko po siya, parang,
O yun ang susunod kong tanong. Ano ang pagkakilala mo sa kanya?
again, hindi ko po siya sobrang close po.
Pero kilala ka niya. Hindi mo siya masyadong kilala, pero kilala ka niya at kilala ka niya na ikaw ay involved sa Pogo Hub.
Hindi ko
Again, sinaya mo na kanina na ang binayaran mo sa Pagcor Pogo involved ka. Please, Miss Ong, please. Sapagkat you have been answering, kahit noon pa, I was asking you, na sinasabi mo palagi, hindi ka involved sa Pogo, hindi mo alam ang Pogo. Right now, anyone can be caught in the mouth. Okay? A fish is always caught in the mouth. Unless otherwise, you use a net. Alright? So therefore, ngayon, inaamin mo sa committee ito na you know about Pogo. Inaamin mo na yung Lucky South, Pogo ang negosyo. Yes or no?
Pwede pa kayo ulit yung question.
Mr. Chair, ang lakas na ho ng boses ko para hindi nyo marinig yung sinabi ko Mahina din ba tenga mo? Ang lakas na ng boses ko Uulitin ko pa ba?
If I may,
Mr. Chair.
Congressman Nabante, if I may, just few. Alam mo, Cassie, sa tingin ng marami naming mga kasamahan dito, ikaw ay ginamit na dami. Ikaw ay dami ng mga taong nasa likod nitong Pogo. Ang sunod na tanong, ikaw ba alam mo na illegal yung mga ginagawa o hindi? Kaya nga binibigyan ka namin ng pagkakataon. Dahil pwede mo namang sabihin na ginamit ka, na dami ka lang. Hindi ba? Kasi kung sasabihin mo, ipipilit mo na ikaw ay isang investor dyan, baka tanungin namin magkanong ininvest mo at hindi ka magsalita, mas mananagot ka sa amin. Pangalawa, saan galing yung pera mo? Diba, sinabi mo kanina, nabanggit mo sa mother mo. Na yung mother mo, I'm sorry to hear that, she passed away already. Pero tatanungin namin, saan galing? Yung mother mo ba may negosyo? Meron bang binabayad na buwis? Magkano bang naipon ng mother mo? Gusto mo bang umabot tayo sa ganun? Kaya alam mo, yung mga tanong na tinatanong ng mga kasamahan namin dito, kasi kami alam na namin na ikaw ay ginamit lang Ikaw ay dami ka lang dito. At mayroong mga tao nasa likod nito na hindi mo mabanggit for some reason. No, for some reason, hindi mo mabanggit kasi maaaring malapit sa'yo, o hindi kaya ay kamag-anak mo, o hindi kaya ay boyfriend mo, o hindi kaya ay siya yung pilit mong tinatago sa amin. Di ba? Anong masasabi mo, Cassie?
Sa lahat po ng question na po, hindi po ako dami.
So, investor ka?
Yes po.
So, sige.
Mr. Chair.
Investor po ng
Mr. Chair, again po, word win po. Mr. Chair.
Cassie, how much did you earn in totality being the incorporator of Whirlwind Corporation?
Can I not disclose that po?
Simple question. You've been a incorporator of Whirlwind Corporation. Kung ikaw ay incorporator, siyempre, at least alam mo kung magkano. Sabihin na lang natin, nung nag-start ka lang sa Whirlwind Corporation, nung 2019 yung 2022. So magkano yung kinita mo doon? Nagbabayad ka ba ng income tax? Do you have an income tax return?
Ipatanong ko po sa tao ko. Basta...
Kasi you're handling so much money. Tapos, a simple income tax return, hindi mo masagot. So, be cooperative. Magsabi ka na kasi ng totoo sa amin. Kasi, yun lang kami makakatulong sa'yo. Natatakot ka ba sa mga tao na kapaligid sa'yo? Hindi ka natatakot? Hindi ka natatakot makulong?
Harapin ka ng boss.
Ha?
Mr. Chair.
Ano na?
If ever po there's a case against...
Haharapin mo na lang yung kaso.
Opo.
So in other words, you don't want to be protected by being cooperative to this committee, and you will face the music with the court. Is that what you're trying to say? Ay, ibig sabihin, mas gugustuhin mo pang harapin talaga yung kaso mo sa korte kaysa bigyan ka namin ng pagkakataon na maging parte ng aming pinaglalaban dito sa quad committee ito na mag-cooperate ka sa aming investigasyon. So, in other words, you will not be you will not be cooperating anymore by naming names. Yun lang naman hinihingi namin sa'yo kasi mga pangalan
Wala po akong may bibigay na pangalan, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair,
Sige,
Mr. Chair,
Congressman Abante.
I'd like to make a motion that we invite Mr. Rainer Chu in this hearing, Mr. Chair. I so move.
There is a motion to invite Mr. Rainier Chu. Any second?
Second, Mr. Chair.
Duly seconded. No objections. Hearing no objections, the motion is carried. Comsec.
Okay, Mr. Chair, isa na lang tanong, no? Sinabi mo kanina, Mr. Chair, Miss Cassie, na ang involvement mo ay yung income rentals ng Whirlwind. Am I right? Oo.
Yes po, Mr. Chair.
Tanong ko lang ganito. Yung income rentals per square meter, di ba? And per ulo operator. Am I right? Per ulo operator protection. Protection dito sa iyo at kay Mr. Wu.
No po.
Hindi.
Hindi po.
Wala
Wala
Sapagkat
po.
ikaw ang kumukolekta Ikaw ang kumukolekta ng income rentals per square meter plus yung protection para kay Mr. Wu. Pakisagot na po.
Wala po.
Okay. Well, lastly, Mr. Chair, is your lawyer here right now an associate of Attorney Topacio? You are.
Yes po, Mr. Chair.
May I ask, Mr. Chair, why Attorney Topacio is not here today? Can the lawyer answer, please?
Your Honor, please, he has a previous commitment. He was supposed to be ready for yesterday's hearing, but unfortunately, it was transferred to today, Your Honor.
Well, Congressman Dan mentioned about what Attorney Topacio did to us. No? Would like to ask from you, if Attorney Topacio owned this, I do not know if this is Facebook or whatever it is called Yes, Yes, Yo. Does Attorney Topacio own this?
I understand, Your Honor, that he has a radio program, but I don't know if that is the one, Your Honor.
Oh yes, it says right here, yes, yes, yo, have a great weekend. And this is what Attorney Topacio is saying. You know, he is trying to appear like he is a young brat when he is actually a very good lawyer. And he is a friend even of this committee. I do not know why he has been saying things against us and bad things about us. Anyway, alam mo may kasabihan tayo, Attorney, Mr. Chair. Meron akong nabasang kasabihan. You know, never approach a bull in front and never approach a horse behind and never approach an idiot in any direction. Oh, bahala ka na, attorney, kung anong gusto mong isipin tungkol doon. No? And the thing is, we're not going to, in a way, attack him for this. Gusto ko lang sabihin sa kanya that we have a copy of all of this. I'm not actually offended. No? Nakakaano lang na the kind of very good lawyer he is. That he would appear like a young brat that does nothing but go against us who are seriously investigating this matter for the Filipino people. Para malaman po ng publiko ang katotohanan. Hindi po para sa amin. Mr. Chair, maraming salamat po. Yun lang gusto kong sabihin.
Thank you, Congressman Abante.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Congresswoman Luis.
I just wish to add to the manifestation of the Honorable Abante that the reposting done by Yes, Yes, Yo, which we believe belongs to Attorney Topacio, constitute an act of contempt because that constitutes disrespect to the members of this committee. I hope that this is a reasonable warning for him. We are all members of the bar. We are not taught like this. We are not trained like this. We are bound to protect our legal profession. And this is not the way we should discharge our responsibility as members of the Philippine Bar. Kindly relay to Attorney Topacio.
I will, Your Honor.
Thank you, Congresswoman Luistro.
Mr.
Next.
Chair.
Yes, Congressman Keith Flores.
Earlier when I was questioning Ms. Ong, Mr. Chair, I asked her about the ITRs of Whirlwind. So now I would just like to make it into a motion, Mr. Chair, to compel Whirlwind Corporation through Ms. Cassandra Ong to submit the income tax returns of Whirlwind Corporation from the years 2019 to 2023, Mr. Chair, and also for the settlement of the estate of the mother of Ms. Cassandra Ong, Mr. Chair.
Okay, there is a motion to... Yes, sige, Attorney.
May I please be recognized, Mr. Chair? Your
Okay,
Honor.
you're ready.
Your Honor, please. One problem that Ms. Ong has been complaining is that her cell phone, Your Honor, contains so many of the documents, personal documents, official documents, and she has no other way to access this information. It is in her cell phone, in her iPad, Your Honor, please. These devices are in the custody of the NBI. We have twice requested, Your Honor, from the office of Director Jaime Santiago. I am not sure if the answer of one of the NBI officers is official, that they will abide by the order of the Senate or of the Congress, of this Honorable House, if there is an order to return the said gadgets, Your Honor, please. So one reason why Ms. Ong finds it very hard to recall some data, Your Honor, please, is that she has no aid because she don't have hard copies of this, Your Honor, please.
Okay,
May
thank
we
you.
know, please, Your Honor, if there is any remedy from
Mr.
this
Chairman,
honorable body.
Mr.
Your Honor.
Chairman, if
Well,
I may.
the Quad Committee will make representations to DOJ and NBI and perhaps ask whether we can have the gadgets of Miss Cassandra Ong be turned over to her. Of course, we will abide by what the DOJ would advise us. So, but be assured that the Quad Committee will make representations to DOJ and NBI.
May I,
Mr. Chair.
Sorry. Your Honor.
Yes, Congressman Fernandez.
Kasi, ano yun, iPhone? Meron kang iCloud? Meron kang cloud? Di ba?
Opo, iPhone po, pero wala siyang... hindi ko po
Hindi
kasi...
ka naka-cloud?
Hindi siya naka-shared po eh. So
All
once
the documents that you put on your cell phone, hindi siya automatic sharing sa cloud? Are you sure?
Yes po. I can prove it naman pag nandyan po yung ano.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, let me amend my
So-
motion, Mr. Chair.
Yes, Congressman Flores.
So that we will not interfere with the investigation of the NBI and not retrieve the cell phone, maybe just direct the BIR office concerned, Mr. Chair,
Okay.
to furnish us with copies of the ITR.
Is BIR here? Meron bang representative ng BIR? Yeah, in the last hearings, can you state your name?
I am Attorney Scanton Orculio from the Bureau of Internal Revenues, Legal and Legislative Division, Mr. Chair.
Okay, there is a request from Congressman Flores with respect to the ITR of Whirlwind Corporation and Miss Cassandra Leong on the periods
2019 to 2023, Mr. Chair.
2019 to 2023. Can you provide this committee those information?
Unfortunately, Mr. Chair, they are protected by Section 270 of the Tax Code, which prohibits the BIR or any of its officers from divulging tax returns and other information of a taxpayer to anyone, sir. It is a criminal liability for us. But if we could ask Mr. Chair for a written permission from Ms. Cassandra Ong, and also as an heir of her mother's estate, we can provide this committee, Mr. Chair.
Okay, Miss Cassie Ong, kailangan ng permiso mo para mag-release ng dokumento ang BIR doon sa hinihingi ni Congressman Flores na income tax return mo ng Whirlwind Corporation at saka yung estate ng mother mo, yung mother mo. Naintindihan mo ba yun?
Yes po, Mr. Chair. Pwede ko pong konsultahin muna yung lawyer ko about that po, Mr. Chair.
Attorney, please advise your client. And let us wait for the letter of Cassandra Ong to giving permission to the BIR to release these documents. In the meantime, we would like to ask the lawyer to please advise your client that before the day ends, before this hearing ends, may we be informed as to the decision of your client. Salamat. Thank you.
Mr. Chair,
Congresswoman Luistro.
can I have a short inquiry with AMLA?
Okay. Please proceed.
May we know the status of the cases filed already against Cassandra Ong? What cases have you filed so far with Cassandra Ong?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. For Cassandra Ong, we have filed a money laundering complaint last Friday, Your Honor.
And in your mandate, AMLA, have you tried to look into the bank deposits of Cassandra Ong?
Your Honor, that is part of the ongoing investigation. But with respect to the money laundering complaint last Friday, we have limited ourselves to the transaction of Ms. Alice Go.
I understand, however, Mr. Chair, that in the charter of AMLA, there are crimes, offenses, when you can look into the bank accounts as exception to bank secrecy law without a court order. Is it the opinion of AMLA that this one belongs to the exception?
That is correct, Your Honor. The predicate offenses relied upon in filing the money laundering complaint is qualified trafficking in person, SRC violation, and estafa, Your Honor.
In other words, Mr. Chair, the AMLA confirms that because of human trafficking, SEC regulation violation, and estafa, there is no need for AMLA to secure a court order for them to look into the information of all the bank deposits of Cassandra Ong. Does the AMLA confirm?
May I be clarified, Your Honor?
Yes,
with the
please.
existence of those predicate offenses, we are allowed to go to the Court of Appeals to apply for a bank inquiry. And it is the Court of Appeals with these predicate offenses which should authorize us to look into the bank accounts, Your Honor.
Can we be enlightened? How soon do you secure the order from the Court of Appeals for you to be able to get into this information?
For the PORA case, Your Honor, the investigation is still ongoing, and we are seeing that we would be able to file in the next coming weeks, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair, I am referring to the order to be issued by the Court of Appeals. I think that will be directed to the banking institutions to allow the AMLA to look into the bank deposits or transactions of Ms. Cassandra Ong. Gaano po ba katagal bago kumuha ng order na ito? Does it take weeks, months? Please enlighten us.
Your Honor, under the Anti-Money Laundering Act, once an application for bank inquiry is filed or a petition for freeze, the Court of Appeals is given 24 hours to issue an order whether to grant or to deny the petition, Your Honor.
And may we confirm whether the AMLA has filed already?
Your Honor, for the PORA Pogo case, we are still gathering information. The investigation is still being conducted, Your Honor. Under the AMLA, Your Honor, we have to prove certain elements, the existence of the predicate offense, the proceeds, the transaction, among others, Your Honor. So that is where the investigation is leading to, Your Honor.
And in your humble opinion, Mr. Chair, do you honestly believe that your application will merit the positive action of the Court of Appeals for you to be able to look into this bank information?
With the evidence that's gathered, Your Honor, the AMLAC is confident that once filed in court, it will be granted by the Court of Appeals, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair, if I may proceed, in addition to the documents which were requested already by the Honorable Keith Flores, let this representation add the following documents which were mentioned. Where is she? By Cassandra Ong. Because earlier she said...
Chairman.
Suspension, Mr. Chair.
Since wala pa si Cassandra Ong, can I ask the AMLA?
Okay.
Chairman. Yung case na final nyo doon kay Cassandra Ong, malinaw. You have a case filed against Cassandra Ong or Alice Go?
It is against Alice Go together with Cassandra Ong, Your Honor.
And it covers Bamban, Tarlac.
It's about the Bamban case.
How about the Porac, in which Cassandra Ong is involved?
That is the case that is still being investigated by our office.
Timeline tayo, please.
Next week, 2 weeks. At most 2 weeks, Your Honor. At most.
2 weeks from now. Then, the next is Court of Appeals na.
Hopefully within the next 2 weeks, Your Honor, we'll be filing a bank inquiry petition before the Court of Appeals, Your Honor.
So, ito for the record, ulit, Bamban pa lang po. Sinama niyo na si Cassandra Ong.
Yes, Your Honor. It's a joint investigation by the AMLAC, by the NBI, and PAOK, Your Honor.
Sa Porac, Pampanga, sinong mga subject dun?
For the PORAC, Your Honor, with your kind indulgence, we cannot disclose the persons
Okay,
being
since
investigated, Your Honor.
just this morning you asked for an executive session to appraise us. So, Mr. Chairman, we'll just schedule an executive session with the AMLAC. Ang request lang po namin, bilisan po natin. Kasi, nakafocus pa kami sa budget. Ang Quadcom, this is now the fourth hearing. Hopefully, sana, in the 5th or 6th hearing, medyo na-file na natin, tapos may reply na from the Court of Appeals.
Will do po, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Chair.
Yes, please
I just
proceed.
wish to clarify from AMLA, because my understanding is Cassandra Ong is implicated in Porac, Pampanga. How come she was included in the case in Bamban, Tarlac?
That is based on the investigation conducted by the NBI and PAOK, Your Honor. That she's part of this conspiracy in the commission of the crime in Bamban case, Your Honor.
In other words, does AMLA confirm na wala pang kasong nakafile pertaining to Whirlwind and Lucky South?
Insofar as the money laundering aspect, Your Honor, is concerned, none so far, Your Honor.
Third Chair, can we pursue the waiver that was previously committed by Cassandra Ong to execute for herself and in behalf of the corporation? Because there is misrepresentation when she said that cases have been filed against her already, when the truth of the matter is her implication is with respect to Bamban, Tarlac, and not with respect to Porac, Pampanga. I respectfully move, Mr. Chair, that we pursue the prior commitment of Cassandra Ong to execute a waiver, at least if not for herself, in her representation for Lucky South and Whirlwind Corporation, Mr. Chair.
We will ask her directly, Your Honor, as soon as she comes back, and ask for her commitment again, whether she's willing to sign that waiver in order for us to be able to examine.
Mr. Chair, I just wish to express this frustration that during the last hearing, she seemed to be so sincere in her intention to execute the waiver, only for me to realize today that she just wanted us to withdraw the contempt order and the detention order in the Women's Correctional. So I find it actually as an act of contempt, Mr. Chair, but I understand the technical gaps, the challenges of the Secretariat. Nonetheless, I wish to manifest that we be ready with our templates so that if there are commitments expressed by the resource speakers, we have it signed right away, especially when the resource speaker is duly accompanied and assisted by her own lawyer, Mr. Chair.
Yes, we take note of the manifestation of Congresswoman Luistro, and may I direct the COMSEC to please follow the suggestion of Congresswoman Luistro as far as the template for whatever commitment, whatever statement to be made by the witness before a committee hearing of the Quadcom.
And Mr. Chairman, if ever that she will not take her oath on that sign waiver before a notary public, I will move to cite Ms. Cassandra Ong in contempt and assign her in the Mandaluyong correctional.
At
for
the
that matter,
appropriate
Mr.
time,
Chairman.
Congressman Fernandez, at
Yes,
the appropriate time,
Mr. Chair.
we will decide on that after we exhaust all possible way to get information from Ms. Cassandra Ong. And if she does not cooperate and we feel that she has committed a contemptible act, then the committee will, if they so desire, will cite her for contempt. So, but before that, we continue with our interpellation, and the next to interpellate is Congressman Zia, and then Congressman Acop, and then Congressman Paduano, and then Congresswoman Swansea. Congressman Zia, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Assalamu alaikum. Mr. Chair, I'd like to direct my question to Ms. Cassandra Ong. Is she available? Ana, nasa CR?
1 minute
Why
suspension.
is the toilet break so long, Mr. Chair? This will agitate the Honorable Adjong.
1 minute suspension. Let me remind also the honorable members that we have several resource persons we invited for today's committee hearing. It's not just, I know how eager we are all to hear from Cassandra Ong, but there are other resource persons here that you may wish to ask and propound questions. So please, do not forget them. Is Cassandra Ong here? Is she back?
Mr. Chair, while we are waiting for Cassandra Ong, I wish to ask Ms. Baterna. Ms. Baterna, nakikinig ka naman kay Cassie Ong, di ba? Si Cassie Ong ba nagsasabi ng totoo? Oo o hindi? Answer the question, please.
Hindi ko po alam, Madam Chair.
Are you listening to her?
Yes po, Madam Chair.
O, ang sabi niya, wala daw siyang kinalaman sa Pogo, sa Lucky South. Is she telling the truth?
Hindi ko po alam, Madam Chair.
Of course, she's lying because that is contrary to your prior testimony. May I proceed to Cassie Ong, Mr. Chair? Just a couple of questions.
Congresswoman Luisa, can we give her 3 minutes? She has to, I think she's not feeling well.
Mr. Chair?
The doctors in the house will, saan? Dito. 1 minute suspension.